The Honolulu mayor's race has been fairly quiet since the primary election, but the two candidates made an appearance together over the weekend in front of some people who can't even vote. Joining us over Skype is CivilBeat.com political reporter Chad Blair. Good morning, Chad.
Good morning, Mahia. How are you?
Great. So you were at a forum for high school journalism students at the University of Hawaii. What did you learn from Ben Cayetano and Kirk Caldwell?
Well, Ben Cayetano is still very focused on rail. His big lesson for these students, and you're right, most of them are not old enough to vote, was you got to be skeptical. You got to ask questions about our government. His main message was that the media has not done a good job when it comes to rail, just accepting what the city has to say. Kirk Caldwell talked a little bit about rail, but also about sewers, also about water lines, about landfills, about the use of commercial activities on beaches. Seems to me that he's moving towards a broader message this campaign than just rail, rail, rail.
And is that because there seems to be more discontent about the rail project? Is that why he has to change his focus?
Well, certainly what's happened since the primaries, you had that lawsuit, the ruling by the court that actually stopped the rail project temporarily. So one wonders whether that's as burning an issue. My guess, however, is that rail will not go away. It will still be a central issue in that campaign.
Well, Chad, CivilBeat is also working on a story about a legal ruling affecting in Los Angeles that could have an impact on the homeless here in the islands. What's the latest on that?
Well, what happened there is the LAPD went into Skid Row in Los Angeles and they seized the belongings of homeless people and they destroyed them. The Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals said you can't do that. Homeless people have property rights too. Now, whether that affects us here in Honolulu, even though we are under the Ninth Circuit, the law that allows the police to seize belongings here is a little bit different. For one thing, there's a 24-hour grace period that's given. For another thing, HPD actually stores those belongings. It doesn't go out and destroy them wholesale. So we'll see whether there will be an impact here. Certainly, though, important to note that homeless people have rights as well.
And a lot of officials are keeping an eye on that lawsuit. Well, CivilBeat is also looking at the controversy over those meetings at the Public Land Development Corporation. What's happening now?
Well, the PLDC heard a lot from the community meeting across the state about proposed rules for how this agency will operate. Basically, the agency is designed to allow public-private partnerships to better use state land. The problem, many critics say, is the new rules would actually allow the awarding of non-bid contracts, uncompetitive contracts. The concern there is that that could lead to corruption and to sweetheart deals. So more problems for the PLDC.
And we'll continue to follow it. Chad Blair from CivilBeat, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Mahia. Anytime.
Happy Monday. Now you can find the complete story that we just discussed on CivilBeat.com. It is 6:39. We'll be right back.